So that somewhere out there is where the drone crashed. Since it happened, talked to some friends on the phone. Turns out what apparently happened is I got the infamous DJI flip of death. The drone flips around, goes erratic, loses a lot of altitude, can crash into the ground, or like yesterday, actually recover itself and fly fine. I was about 5-6 feet off the ground, off the water, maybe even lower. I was using my FPV goggles to see that. I was over here behind the trees and I couldn't really see exactly where it hit, but it did its little flippy thing. I heard a splash, and no more drone. So not that it would matter if I found it anyways, because it's dead. I mean, everything on there is electronic. The only thing I'd get back would be the body of the Phantom, plastic. But everything else is gone. Maybe it's nice that it's buried there. I don't know. Oh man. This is where it was. I think this is where it crashed. Can't see anything. I'm just checking over here, just to double check. Maybe it flew over here somehow on its flip of death. So I was trying to fly the drone to photograph that little concrete structure out there, because I like concrete structures. Has a nice look to it. I was trying to do a kind of a pan sweep, and as I was coming back, I think I was going up a little bit, and there was the flip of death, which I have learned since that happened what that's called. And apparently one of the motors went out, or something happened, maybe electronically, that stopped one of the motors or two of the motors from working. It flipped around, and then I heard a splash, and then quiet. But I've been out looking in there in the little boat, looking for the drone. And it's a little murky. You can see about 2 feet in, but 3 or 4 feet, it's a little bit too far. You can't really see it. So that's the story. And that's the end of my little drone, my second Phantom. Now onwards and upward. Okay, after talking to Nick Cologne last night on text messaging, I've decided I'm going to try to look for this thing again. And have a pitchfork here, which I'm going to probe with. And I have a rake here, in case I need to grab it. Everything's kind of burning hot. So, it's a little uncomfortable, but I'm going to give this a go. Got my backpack and my supplies here. Hopefully that doesn't sink when I'm out here. I am going to go and do another visual inspection of the area and see if I can maybe see it today. Maybe it was hidden yesterday for some reason. Maybe it stirred up some muck and maybe that settled down. So I'm going to do that and then I'll start probing around with the pitchfork. I really think it was right around here, but you never know. Here it is. This is where I can't see anymore, so I'm gonna come up here and I'm just gonna kind of try to see what I can do with this pitchfork. I've rigged up my GoPro here to the end of the pitchfork, and I'm going to use that to probe down below and see if I can feel anything. And if I feel anything, what's great about this is I'll capture it on video. Sure hope this thing's waterproof. Well, I'm giving up for the day. I'm going to give Rob back his devices. Used a pitchfork. Didn't get to use the rake much, unfortunately. Going to use that to drag it out. Didn't find that. The other thing I used, which was really interesting, was my second GoPro. This is the one with the scratch lens that I scratched on Michael Heiser's double negative when I crashed down in the valley. Another disaster with the drone. That one, the drone was recoverable and actually flyable after that. This one, a little less recoverable. I suppose if you don't recover it, you can't fly it. So, but I strapped this, I tied it with the rope on the boat to the pitchfork. And so at least I get to see what the pitchfork saw, or, you know, when I process this. And I'll include it in this video later on. Or maybe I've already included it. I don't know. Nonetheless, an interesting day. I think it's 108 today. Really beautiful out here at Zzyzx. And even though I've lost the drone, or crashed it, or whatever happened, I still feel like this is an amazing experience out here.